Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Crate Civic Center for this afternoon's high school hockey game in Northern Athletic Conference Division I between the Massena Red Raiders and the Knights of Seton Catholic. I'm Jerry Manor. Alongside me, Dave McLennan here at the Crate Center in Plattsburgh as we get ready for a fairly long anticipated game between the two clubs. Seton Catholic undefeated in Division I and Massena with one loss to Potsdam. It seems every time these two teams play, they're highly rated, and this should be a good hockey game, David.
I agree with you, Jerry, and as you mentioned, long awaited. We're 7-8 games into the season. These two clubs won't see each other again until I think it's the 16th of February, which is the last league game of the year. And we've said it before, and we'll say it again many times during the course of the season. This is a big one. Both clubs coming in with similar records. Overall, the Raiders are 7-2 and 4-1 in the league, and the Knights of Seton Catholic under the head coach of Mike Dandro are 7-1, 5-0 in the league. And the only loss that the Knights have experienced, Jerry, is down in Rome, the tournament down there to a team from North Bay, Ontario, St. Joseph's, who Coach Danner was telling me they play a 70-game schedule, and that was their 24th game of the year. So this is a fine ball club. Key aspect for the Knights is their speed. They're not very big, but they have a lot of team speed. So it's going to be an interesting matchup tonight.
Sure will. It's going to be Mark Duhamel up front for the Knights. Duhamel will be centering Chad Cassidy on the left side and Scott Campbell on the right side. And on defense, let's see, what pairing do they have out there? I guess they're going to have John Duquette and Mickey Gibo to start. And I take back the starting line. I have them wrong. It's going to be Paul Pendleton's line out for the Knights. Pendleton, Juno on the left, and John Woods on the right. Jake Morris's line for Massena, LaBarge in the back at the points. We've got Dougie Cullen in the nets for Massena and John Bernard in the nets for Seton, and we're underway. And the puck is dropped. It's controlled by Duquette. He flips it over to his partner, Gibo. Back to Duquette, and he flips it to center ice. And the center man is Pendleton, and he backhands it in the Massena zone. In behind the net it comes. They try to get it side, right in front, bouncing in the slot. Shot, save, Cullen. And Massena picks up the loose puck. Bigelow breaks it out. So St. John's, or I should say Seton Catholic, with the first scoring chance of the game as Massena clears it back out to center ice. Poked away by Woods. Now LeBac picks up the loose puck. Dumps it in the Seton end. Stopped in behind the net by Bernard. He leaves it for his defenseman, Duquette. Around the boards it comes out to center ice. Here comes Johnny Woods with it. And he's going to dump as Seton wants a line change. In behind the Massena net, it rolls around the boards. Picked up there by Levac. Over to Tommy Post. Post gets ridden into the boards there nicely by Chad Cassidy. Puck comes free to Bigelow. Bigelow moving it along the boards. He follows it. Trying to go to Morris. Back to the point. Here's a shot. Cullen makes the save. Over on the other side it comes along the boards, and it's still kept in at the point. Cameron trying to get it out. Now it comes to Morris. Here comes Jake one-on-one with Jeff Woods, and Morris has it poked away by Woods. Takes it right in front. Bigelow the shot, and I think that went wide, and the puck comes whistling around the boards. Back out comes Seton Catholic. Breaking down the ice is Duhamel. He's going to shoot from center ice. Cullen makes the save, and it comes free to Barkley. Barkley from Massena to Bigelow. Bigelow feeding it down the ice. It goes to McCracken as Massena in the middle of the line change, but Scotty can't quite catch up with it. And icing will be the call on Massena, and the faceoff will move back into Massena territory. And no doubt about it, a lot of team speed on this Seton Catholic club.
A lot of team speed right off the bat, 18 seconds. They almost popped one, the line of Pendleton and Mark Juneau. Juneau dug it out and threw it out to Pendleton out in front, and Dougie Cullen had to make a great save right off with about 18 seconds into play.
Jason Jackson will be centering a line out there for the Massena Red Raiders. And we've got McCracken on one side, and we've got Freddie Kellison on the other side as Kellison moves up to play wing on the second line. It comes to McCracken. He has to go back to Post. Post flips it around the boards for Kellison. Kellison now stick handles in behind his own net, moving it around to McCracken. McCracken along the 45, trying to move it to Kellison. He bounces it out to center ice. Stopped by Gibo. Gibo poked away from him, but it comes free now. He gets a piece of it again into the Massena zone. Back there is Aaron Barkley flipping it. McCracken trying to move it for Jackson. Here's Jackson. Jason starts it to Kellison on the wing. Kellison's shot goes wide in the corner. McCracken after the rebound. His shot, the save made. Bounces back to the point post, trying to keep it in. He can't, and he has to come back for it. Flips to Kellison, who dumps it right back in the Seton end. After it there is Mickey Gibo in behind his net, flipping it, intercepted momentarily by McCracken. He can't handle it, and back out it comes to Kupal. Kupal centering a line of Dumas and Carter for Seton. They flip it in the Massena zone and make a line change as the Pendleton line comes back out. Now Massena just flips it down the ice. That'll be an icing call against the Raiders as he had McCracken at the blue line. That was Brian Levac, but McCracken couldn't catch up with it. So the faceoff will move back inside Massena territory to the left of goaltender Dougie Cullen.
And the Knights right out, just like Coach Mike Dandrew said they would. They would forecheck aggressively, and they're pinching down with their defensemen. And the Raiders to counter that, if they run the puck up on the boards, the strong side wing has got to drop down towards the circle a little bit more to get that puck a little quicker.
Face-off will be in the Massena zone. We've got the Fauché line out there for Massena against the Pendleton line. Fauché out there with Tommy Moore on one wing and Bobby Whitcup on the other. 12:29 left on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. It's 0-0. We're in the first period as the puck slides out to center ice. Here comes Whitcup with it. Whitcup trying to move it to Tommy Moore, taking off his stick, and back the other way comes Juneau. Juneau flips ahead for centerman Pendleton across the blue line. He goes on the wing to Woods, poked away nicely by Levac. He doesn't get it out of the zone, though, as Fauché throws a check, and Labarge picks up the loose puck left side in the Massena zone. Here comes Jason with it, stick handling it out to center ice. Looking ahead, man, stolen away. Here comes Woods. Oh, Levac got back and made a nice play to break it up, and he flips it down to the Seton Catholic zone. Still calling him St. John's after 2 years. The defenseman falls down. Tommy Moore in on the puck, and it's tied up as Jeff Woods, the defenseman, was on top of the puck. The faceoff will be in the Seton Catholic zone to the right of goaltender John Bernard.
Number 4 for the Raiders, Brian Levac. A nice recovery that time. The Raiders had a giveaway. His partner meant to clear the zone and hit the Seton forechecker, bounced behind him, and it was almost a 2-0 break. Would have been for the Knights, but Brian Levac, a great recovery.
Jake Morris's line out there for the Raiders. Here's a shot right off the faceoff by Bigelow. Comes in behind the net, flipped around there by Duquette. Trying to move it up on the wing to Campbell. Scotty Campbell. It comes free to Morris. He can't quite control it in the zone, and Duquette trying to move it. Morris steals. Here's Jake stick handling, trying to kick it through, but it's bounced back to center ice. Aaron Barkley with it. Barkley backhands it right back in the Seton zone. Duquette after it in behind his own net. Here's Duquette with it now, breaking out right side. Flips it out to center ice, bounces by everybody back into the Massena zone. Tommy Post racing for it. Just barely gets there first. It kicks free. Here's a chance right in front, and nobody could get the stick down. That was Campbell with an opportunity. Massena breaks out. Here comes Jake Morris, flipping it over to Bigelow, right wing side. He stops, has it poked away, and the puck comes in behind the net. Duquette flipping it around the boards. Barkley steps into it, trying to keep it in the zone, but it slides out to center ice. Now Cameron throws a check, and the puck slides back in the Massena zone. It comes to Tommy Post as Seton wants to make a line change. Post stick handles center ice, looking for a winger, and Massena right in the middle of a change. They didn't see it, and it's back out to center ice. Here comes Seton's Colette Dumas. Dumas in the zone. He winds up the shot. Cullen makes the save. Tommy Post in behind his own net, jamming for it, and they both fall down, and there's Barkley to pick up the puck. Barkley to Kellison on the right wing side from Massena. Kellison, McCracken breaks across over skates. Following up is Jason Jackson. He's ridden into the boards. Puck comes free in the corner. Whacked around the net by Chad Sample. And back out it comes to Carter. Carter's headman. Intercepted momentarily by Jackson. Comes to the Massena line. Levac is there. Moving it. He gets ridden into the boards. Now McCracken throws a check. And the puck squirts free to the Massena blue line. Jason Labarge. Still no score in the hockey game. Labarge feeds to Kellison. Gets away from him. Now stealing it is Jackson. Breaking in the zone. 1-on-2. Gets a shot up. Big save. The rebound. Kicking around in front. Another shot. Another save. Jackson fires it wide. Couple of big saves by Bernard. Jackson now in behind the net. Whitcup trying to flip it in front. Comes back to the point. Levac into the corner. McCracken. Here's Scotty with the puck now. Stick handling it. Taken out of the play. Gets back up again. Here's McCracken. McCracken ridden into the boards by the Paul Pendleton, the forward. Puck still free. Jackson throws a check. The puck comes around the boards. Jackson trying to stay with it. Back to the blue line out to center ice. Levac. Massena coming very close right there. And they dump the puck right back in the Seton zone. A little bit of a collision there, but Levac stops it at the red line. Dumps it back in the Seton zone. It comes whistling around the boards for Jeff Woods, the big defenseman. Woods now. His pass intercepted momentarily by Whitcup. Woods gets it back, tries the other side, right side. Back to the blue line. Fauché throws a check, can't keep it in the zone. It slides to Post at the red line, and he dumps it right back in the Seton zone. 9 minutes left in the first period. No score on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Massena, Seton Catholic. Here comes Seton out to center ice. Barkley dumps it right back in the zone. We have a whistle. I think they're going to call an offsides.
Hand pass.
Or a hand pass?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. Great sequence of action for the Raiders that time. That line of Jason Jackson, Scotty McCracken, Eddie Davis applying all kinds of pressure, and number 1, John Bernard, for the Knights. 2 outstanding saves, both off of Jason Jackson. Stoned him on the first when he was standing. Jackson picked up the rebound, and Bernard was down right on his backside, but somehow he kicked that right leg up and kept it out of there. Great saves by Bernard, and a great series by that Jason Jackson line.
The Morris line back out there for Massena. Off the face-off, the puck goes side of the net. Bernard stops it, leaves it for John Duquette. Duquette flipping it around to his partner, Gibo. Gibo starts out. Here comes Gibo, stick handling it, center ice, looking for his winger. It goes all the way in the Massena zone. They wave the icing off. Barkley after it. He gets tied up. Puck goes to the side of the net, bouncing around, short side, shot wide into the corner. Now after it there is Duhamel. He can't keep it in the zone. It comes to center ice. Jake Morris racing for it. He doesn't see it, and coming back for it is Scotty Campbell. Campbell now. Headman pass comes to center ice, dumped back in by Morris. Massena gets onside, and the puck picked up by the defenseman Duquette. Duquette moving it ahead. Morris gets a piece of it, but it slides out to center ice. Campbell dumps it into the Massena zone. That should be, no, they don't call an icing. It comes to Tommy Post, and he moves it out along the boards. Post now poking it ahead. Out to center ice, intercepted, right back in the Massena zone. We got a delay off sides. They clear the zone, and here comes Aaron Barkley. Long headman pass for Jason Jackson as Massena changes. Here's Cameron, 1-on-3, gets a shot off. Whoa, just wide the rebound in behind the net. And that was a nice shot there by Cameron. Now the puck bounces along the boards, and Colette Dumas trying to clear it out to center ice. And the puck bounces free, and back the other way comes Seton. They dump it, and it goes in behind the Massena net. Levac after it along with Dumas. They both jam for it. McCracken stick handles, goes right in front. The short side shot is gloved by Cullen. He holds on for the faceoff. 7:22 left in the first period, halfway through the period. And on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, it's 0-0.
Good, fast-paced game. Both clubs, excellent skating teams, and in fact, I thought we had a penalty here, but Jason Jackson lost his mouthpiece. But up and down, good action, good saves by both goaltenders. This Seton Knights, they really move the puck. When the defense get the puck, Jerry, it's off their stick, and they really move it. And it's a pleasure to see that. Sometimes it could cost them, but their coach, Mike Dandro, said that was one of the strengths of their club, that they do move the puck. They've been instructed in that aspect, and, boy, they headman it.
Joey Faucher's line comes out from Massena, and that'll elicit a change as the Pendleton line comes out for Seton. Paul Pendleton, Mark, make that Matt Juneau, and John Woods. Face-off left side of Cullen. Massena zone off the face-off. Right back to the point. Here's the drive blocked by Whitcup. And back the other way it comes. Racing for Tommy Moore. He's going to have a breakaway. Moore, and he has it poke-checked away as the defenseman who took the shot, Duquette, got back. Now Faucher keeps it in the corner. Picked up by Whitcup in behind the net. Now Tommy Moore kicks it to Whitcup. Side of the net, trying to bounce it back to the blue line. Intercepted. And back out comes Juneau. His headman pass. Levac stops it. Dumps it ahead. It's knocked down. Comes back in the Massena zone. After it is Jason LaBarge. LaBarge bounce pass behind his back goes to Faucher. Faucher, headman of Tommy Moore, a little bit by him. Here's Duquette from center ice, just flips it inside the Massena zone, and it comes right back out again off the stick of Levac. Knocked down by Faucher. He loses sight of it. It's picked up there by Pendleton. Pendleton, again, dumping in the Massena zone. Brian Levac back after it for the Raiders. Levac trying to flip it. Goes to LaBarge. LaBarge going on the wing boards. Out to center ice it comes. Dumped back in the zone. Back out again. And it's dumped right back in again. Here comes LaBarge. He's going to try the other side. He flips it ahead. And that goes by everybody back in the Seton Catholic zone as the Morris line comes out for Massena. Puck around the boards. Stopped by Tommy Moore. Moore trying to bounce it back to the blue line. It's intercepted. And back out to center ice. Here comes Matt Juneau for Seton. Juneau just flips it in the Massena zone as he wants off. And we're going to have a whistle and an icing, I guess is what they called on that.
Calling an icing, Jerry. This game looks like it might be decided in the early stages right now by the two big number ones at either end, because they look like two clubs that are evenly matched, good speed. Massena's a little bigger than Seton, but it'll probably come down to how well the goaltenders, John Bernard for the Knights and Dougie Cullen for the Raiders, perform tonight.
Face-off left side in the Seton zone. Morris out there. Off the draw, puck controlled by Seton. They break it out to center ice. Massena almost had a shot off that face-off, but he couldn't get the handle. Now it comes to Tommy Post in the Massena end. He stick handles behind the net. Drops it back from Morris. Getting there first, though, is Scotty Campbell. Morris takes it away. Up along the boards to Cameron, and down the ice it comes. Back in the Seton zone. Picked up there by the big defenseman, Jeff Woods. Woods flips to the blue line out to center ice, and it's picked up by Bigelow. Bigelow to Cameron. Cameron just trying to slide it ahead to Jake Morris, goes behind him in the Seton zone and right back out is Woods. Now Bigelow. Bigelow's head man knocked down. It comes into a stick that's broken on the ice. Bigelow takes it across. Bigelow trying to stick handle. He gets hauled down, and the crowd calling, but Bigelow gets back up again, trying to slide it in the slot. Bouncing puck. Bigelow can't get the shot off. Cameron, he can't find the handle either, and it's back out to center ice. Picked up by Barkley in his own end. He goes over to Post. Post head man, Bigelow, goes to Morris. Morris has it bounce off the back of his skate, and it's dumped right back in the Massena zone. Comes in behind the net for Barkley. Both teams making a line change. Head man comes out to center ice. Bigelow, who's still out there, busts down the right wing side and just poke checks it in the zone for McCracken. Scotty in the corner now, trying to dipsy doodle. He's tied up in the boards. They jam for it. Jackson in to help out, throws a check, and the puck kicks free. After it is McCracken again along the boards, trying to move it, and it's cleared by Todd Kupal. Kupal breaking out with Colette Dumas. He has it taken away right at the blue line, and Jason Labarge circles back in his own end. Here's Labarge, backhanding it around the boards for Kellison. Kellison goes back to Labarge. Labarge loses its side of the net, finds a handle, and goes back to Kellison again. He'll break out right side. Headman pass, Jason Jackson. Jackson takes it across. Here's Jackson trying to go to Kellison in the corner. Kellison back to Jackson. Jackson stick handling behind the net. Here's Jason with it, looking for somebody to pass to. Jason stays with it, centering right side of the net. McCracken, the shot is blocked by the defenseman, and he falls on it. That's John Duquette, and we'll have a face-off in the Massena, or in the Seton Catholic zone. 3:56 left in the first period on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. It's 0-0. This Jason Jackson line looks pretty good today.
Yes, they're having two excellent shifts, the last two. Also, I know the Raider coaching staff are telling the youngsters, hey, that transition, the way that Seton makes that transition from defense to offense, you really got to back check in a hurry. Don't hang around. And so far, the Raiders have been doing an excellent job in that department.
Off the face-off, it kicks out to center ice. Levac has to come back. Circles into his own end, now comes back the other way. Long headman pass knocked down. We have a whistle. And an offsides.
We got a penalty against
penalty.
Seton. Yeah, he's calling a slashing penalty. Was behind the play. That's that category, Jerry, before you ask, that's got to be in the dumb category. It gone the other way. Seton had possession of the puck, possibly on a 2-on-1, and behind the play, number 4, Paul Pendleton, slashed the Massena player and the official right on the spot. So the Raiders are going to go on a power play.
So that'll be our first power play of the afternoon for either club, Massena and Seton. We're down to 3:45 in a very quick-moving first period. No score in the hockey game.
And one of the opposite directions, these two clubs, the Raiders specialty teams, doing well at this stage of the game, and on the other side of the coin, the Knights really have to show some improvement, according to their coach, Mike Dandro.
Off the face-off, here's Tommy Post with it. We've got the Morris line out there, of course. Bigelow just dumps it, and Cameron races in the corner after it from Massena. Leaves it for Morris at the 45. Jake with a puck now in the face-off circle, back to Labarge at the point. Over to Tommy Post, other point. Post flips it. Bigelow, in behind the net it goes, and Cameron has to pick it up. Cameron now has it poked away, but Jake Morris is there to pick it up the 45, back to Post at the point. Post to Morris. Morris high slot, stick handles in, gets a shot off, score! Jake Morris, what a dandy effort by Morris. Tommy Post will pick up the assist, and Massena goes ahead on the power play.
Great shot by Jake Morris in that Massena power play. I'll tell you, if you're playing against them, the last thing you want to do is to take a penalty against Massena, because the way their power play is clicking right now in the last several games, it's been outstanding. And again, they created the overload. Jeff Bigelow and Jake Morris, this is what they like to do. The Knights were in a passive box, but they created the 2-on-1, got the mismatch. Jake got the puck, stepped inside, and just tucked it up over John Bernard's shoulder. A beautiful shot. Picked the only opening he had over Bernard's left shoulder. Nice goal.
So Jake Morris continues a scoring parade. Morris had 3 goals last game, and he's got another goal right here tonight on the power play. Massena goes up 1-0 on the Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Jason Jackson's line out now, and they flip it in the zone. In behind the net it comes. The big defenseman Chad Sample picking it up, has it poked away, but coming back for it is Duhamel, and he flips it out to center ice. Back in the Massena zone, Aaron Barkley after it, bangs it ahead for Scotty McCracken. He's being forechecked. Flips it ahead, out to center ice. Back in the zone it comes. We have a whistle. And I guess they're going to call the offside. And we're down to 2:39 remaining in period. No, they're going to call that icing, apparently. 2:39 left in period 1 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Massena leads it 1-0.
the official time and the official assist on that power play goal by Jake Morris, his 13th of the season, came at the 11:48 mark, and they're just giving one assist on the play. Tommy Post picking up an assist on that power play goal.
Okie doke. Face off in the Seton zone to the right of goaltender John Bernard. Jackson's line out there against the Duhamel line. It comes to Jackson, and we have a whistle and a hand pass on Massena, I believe, and that'll move the face-off outside the zone.
And Scotty McCracken, number 11. Oh, Ref, you missed that one. Are we still connected here, Jerry? I guess.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little, David.
Yeah.
And it's not because I told a good joke. 2:34 remaining, first period. Massena leads on the Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. A Jake Morris power play goal. 1-0 our score.
And the face-off coming outside the Seton blue line. As Jerry mentioned, 2:34 left in the first period. The Raiders up 1-0, a power play goal, his 13th of the season. Mr. Smooth, Jake Morris.
It was a nice shot, too.
It was a gorgeous shot. John Bernard played it well, and the only place that Jake could put it was upstairs. He put it right up over his shoulder.
Off the face-off, we got the Fauché line out as we had a line change there. And Seton's going to dump it in the Massena zone. Around the boards it comes. Stopping it is Johnny Woods. He can't keep it in. Back out to center ice. We got a foot race. Fauché going after it. Comes up with a puck. Here's Fauché trying to slide it through in front. Whitcup score! Bobby Whitcup on a beautiful pass from Joey Fauché. And Fauché, what a job to hustle after the puck. He fed it over to Whitcup. And Whitcup just made no mistake beating John Bernard low and to the left side. And it's 2-0 for Massena.
Well, you said it all, Jerry. You've recapped it. A great play by Joey Fauché. That's Bobby Whitcup's going to get the goal, but Joey Fauché, what a tremendous job. The puck came out of the Raider defensive zone, and Joey Fauché, showing 120% effort, beat the Seton defenseman. Actually, the Seton defenseman beat him, but Joey poked it by him, hustled by him down the boards. It gained the zone, and it was a 2-on-1 situation. Then he slid a pass across to Bobby Whitcup, and he didn't waste any time. Bobby playing that right side. He's a left-handed shot, so he's got the whole net to look at, and he one-timed it from about 25 feet out. A nice low shot right along the ice and beat John Bernard to the glove side, low into the glove side. Beautiful goal. But Joey Fauché and his teammates are giving him the high fives. I'll tell you, when he comes to the bench, they're all over there. Congrats. That was a great play by Joey Fauché.
Super play by Fauché. Really a lot of hustle, 110% as you mentioned. And Massena goes up 2-0 with 2:16 remaining in period number 1 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Just a super job by Joey Fauché.
You had to see it. It's hard to describe that type. It was the effort, just a super effort, as you said, and I'm sure that Seton defense was saying, where did he come from?
That's for sure. Off the face-off, Massena controls the puck. Tommy Post in his own end steps by the forechecker, starts it out for Jake. A little bit too hard pass, dump back to the blue line. Cameron right there to poke it in the zone, and in behind the net it comes. After it there is the defenseman John Duquette. Duquette feeds it ahead for Pendleton. Pendleton dumps it in the Massena zone. Bounces in behind the net. After it there is Aaron Barkley along the boards to Cameron. Cameron's pass knocked down. It comes free in the corner and is picked up by Post. Post trying to go to Bigelow. Intercepted in the corner. It's going to come back to Post again. Has it knocked away. Kicks in front of the net, but Morris is there to poke it out of danger. Here comes Jake. Moving it out to center ice, looking for the long head man. And Bigelow gets a piece of it, knocks it in the zone. He gets knocked down. And the crowd calling for a penalty, the Massena crowd that is, but no call. And back out to center ice it comes. Here's Morris with it again. Knocked away from him, back in the Massena zone, goes to the side of the net. They slam it in front, but they're in the middle of a line change. Morris back the other way to Bigelow. Bigelow's headman intercepted, and they jam for it. Post knocks it away. Puck along the boards, bounces up into the stands, and the fan mishandled it.
First opening minute and a half for the Knights. The Raiders have just smothered them in the last 12 or 13 minutes here. They're really skating. They're playing at the top of their game. That last goal, again, they seem to be breaking up. That last goal officially, if we 12:44 mark, Bobby Whitcup from Joey Fauché and Tommy Moore.
Bobby Whitcup, Joey Fauché, Tommy Moore. I don't know what's wrong with your headset there, big guy, but we'll work on that between periods if we can't get it now. Here's the puck in Seton zone. Back to Labarge at the point. He keeps it in, flips it into the slot, in the net. And I think McCracken will get that goal as he directed the shot from the point. Jason Labarge took the shot, and McCracken was right in front, and he just directed it by goaltender John Bernard, and Massena goes up 3-0.
Just great, outstanding hustle. Johnny Chad Sample, the big defenseman for Seton, thought he had Scotty McCracken tied up in front, but he didn't. The shot came from the point. It wasn't a hard one. It was on the ice, and Scotty parked out about 10 feet, just laid the blade on it and redirected it by John Bernard. And this is the small crowd here at the Crate Civic Center, but on the far side, they're just stunned. They just can't believe the score, and neither can I at this stage.
Well, the Massena Red Raiders go up 3-0. That goal in the final minute of play in the first period. 3-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Off the face-off, the puck comes to Jackson. He kicks it by the defenseman, back out again, back in. And we got delay offsides, but Massena clears the zone with 35 seconds left. Massena leads 3-0 in the first period. Puck knocked to center ice, and it comes to Tommy Post. He flips it back out, back in the zone. Apparently they kept it in. And here comes Chad Cassidy. The shot, where is it? In behind the net. And that was just wide. Comes to Massena controlling Barkley with 15 seconds remaining. Flips it out to center ice. Dumped right back in the Massena zone. Comes to Tommy Post with 8 seconds left. Post just leaves it in the corner. Bouncing around. They jam for it. Hard check thrown. The buzzer sounds. And so the first period ends with the Massena Red Raiders on top. 3-0 in a very fine effort in the first period. We've got about a minute before we go to ABC News at 5 o'clock, so just a quick tell you that the game brought to you this afternoon by Reynolds Metal, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. Working together, their quality shines through. Also by the A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena, franchise of the Atlantic Refining and Marketing Corporation. By Homestead Dairies, West Hatfield, and the corner of North Main and Maple. And rotating stats man today. Of course, you better tell Walter that they play 15-minute periods.
Coach Mike Dandro right down below us, huddling the Knights together, and had a nice little chat with Coach Dandro before the game. And he's a charming individual, very personable man.
Yes, he is.
Cooperative and a pleasure to talk with. Guys like that are real an asset to the coaching profession.
Okay, it's Pendleton's line out there against the Morris line. Pendleton, Woods, and Juneau. Morris, Bigelow, and Cameron. Massena leads it 3-0 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard as we get ready to start period number 2. A little pushing and shoving going on there on the circle. Off the faceoff, Morris wins it. Back to Levac. Over to Labarge. Head man pass just by Jake, and that's going to go for icing against Massena. As Labarge was looking for Morris to break right down the middle, and Jake stretched the stick out as far as he could and just couldn't quite reach it.
Jake, Jerry, we mentioned this arena before. I like this arena. How old is it? You know?
Oh, this has got to be 12 or 15 years old. It's been here a while.
It's here on the northeast part of the city. We're over by Cumberland Head,
right.
By Cumberland Head State Park.
And right by the Plattsburgh Town Beach, as a matter of fact. Face-off right side. Of course, nobody's swimming today. Face-off right side. Out comes Bigelow, the center ice. Has it stolen away and dumped back in the Massena zone. In behind the net is Levac. Levac starts out. Bounce pass. Up front, it goes out to center ice. Dumped right back in the zone again. And Massena is breaking out, but that's about as far as they're getting right now. Around the boards it comes. Cameron. He tries to flip it. Does not get it out. Kept in by Woods. His shot. That goes right across the goal mouth. I don't know if Cullen got a piece of it or not, but the puck kicks out to center ice. Here comes Bigelow. He's got Morris. Takes it across. The defenseman falls down. Bigelow backhander shot. Saved by John Bernard, and a nice save it is. Puck in behind the net now, controlled by Seton Catholic. They flip it around the boards. Bigelow steps in front of the pass, dumps it in behind the net. It kicks right in front of Bigelow. Shot. Another save to Morris. Another shot. He fired it wide. And Massena putting on some pressure here to start the second period. Out to center ice it comes. Picked up by Aaron Barkley at his own blue line. Barkley stick handles by one. Across the red line. Dumps it. And Massena will make a line change. Puck comes to defenseman Mickey Gibo. He stops it in behind his own end, trying to kick it back to the blue line. It's poked, but not out. Kept in by Jason Jackson. Steps by the defenseman. Backhander. Fired it high and wide. Now Kellison in the corner after. Left side of the goalie. Back to Post at the point. Post has it taken away. We got a 2-on-1 for St. John's the other way. Seton, I should say. They try to slide it through, but Tommy Post got back, covered up, and made a good play. And he starts it back the other way. Here comes Post, head man to Kellison. Kellison to center ice, McCracken. McCracken feeds Jason Jackson across the blue line. Jackson through traffic, poked away, back to the point. It comes out. And Aaron Barkley flips it in. They're going to call it an intentional offside, I believe.
I'll tell you, Jerry, chuckling to myself, Tommy Post is going. Tommy had a giveaway at his own offensive blue line, and he probably skated as hard as he ever has in his life. He got back. Initially would have been a 2-on-1 for the Knights, but he skated back so hard that it turned into a 2-on-2 and neutralized. Because I know if he would have went to the bench, the coaching staff were going to scald his ears.
Well, he got back and broke up the play.
He certainly did. Great hustle getting back.
Duhamel's line out now for Seton against Jason Jackson. Duhamel out there with Campbell and Cassidy. Jackson playing with Kellison and McCracken. And that's a change in winger off the faceoff. Seton, they're going to dump it in the corner. Levac steps by a check, goes to Jackson. Jackson stick handles, has it poked away, pokes it by the Seton defenseman. They jam for it, and it's at the circle. Jackson throws a check, takes the puck, moves it to the blue line. Here he comes. Here's Jackson with it. Backhand pass to McCracken off his stick in on the goaltender, Bernard. Flips it back to the blue line, but not out. Kept in by Labarge. Labarge with it. Trying to backhand it through traffic, but it's taken there by Jeff Woods out to center ice. Headman pass on the stick of Chad Cassidy, knocked away from him, back out to center ice again. Chad Sample with it, dumps it. We got a delay off sides. Massena clears the zone, and back the other way. Jackson, he's just going to dump it down the ice. As Massena makes a line change, the Fauché line will be out there. Around the boards it comes. Chad Cassidy, headman pass. Here come the Knights across the blue line. Shot from the point, and Dougie makes the save and leaves it for Tommy Post. Post starts it back again. Post flipping it for Labarge. Labarge moving it ahead along the boards. It goes to Whitcup. Bobby on the backhand into the Seton zone. Dumped right back out to center ice to the Massena line. Tommy Post flipping ahead for Tommy Moore. Tommy Moore goes to Fauché, has to follow himself, and he is going to dump it back in the Seton zone. 12 minutes left in the second period on the Corky scoreboard. 3-0 Massena. Here's Whitcup trying to forecheck. He jams for the puck along with Carter. In the corner it comes. It's picked up there by Chad Sample. Sample, the defenseman for Seton, starts it out. Headman to Kupal. Kupal just flips from the red line into the Massena zone. It comes in behind the net. Tommy Post after it there. Takes a whack at it, loses it. High slot, the backhander. Cullen save. He sits on it for the save, and the face-off will come in the Massena territory.
Harmless little play. The Seton forward picked it up in the corner and circle out at the top of the circles, cut across in front of Dougie, and through traffic got a little backhander in there, and as the key word was traffic, and Dougie was able to pick it out. Wasn't a hard shot, but hard to pick out, and held on for the face-off. And the face-off will be to the left of goalie Doug Cullen. We've 11:35 left in the second period. The Raiders up 3-0.
Face-off will be in the Massena zone. Both teams changing up here as Jake Morris's line comes out, and Seton counters with a Pendleton line. They're playing pretty much line against line here as far as Seton is concerned. Here comes the puck out to center ice. Bigelow, he busts by the defenseman. Here he comes in on the right side, right in front of the shot. Morris score! What a pass! What a goal! And Massena goes up on a score of 4-0 and give Jeff Bigelow full marks for that one.
Oh, excellent. He got a great pass in the neutral zone from Chris Cameron. But Jeff busted down that right side, and he went around John Duquette, the defenseman on the left side, like he was standing still, and created the 2-on-1. The other Knight defenseman had to slide over to pick up Jeff, and what he did, he just slid it across to Jake Morris, and from about 12 feet out, he just hammered it home, and John Bernard had no chance on that. But good pass from Chris Cameron, great move by Jeff Bigelow, and Jeff Morris to put the icing on the cake.
Here comes Bigelow, blowing by the defenseman again. He's got Cameron right in front, but it's knocked down. The bouncing puck comes to Morris in the corner. Here comes Jake with it. In behind the net, ridden out of the play. The puck bounces free out to the 45 and out to center ice. It's Matt Junot. Headman pass goes to Woods. Woods trying to breeze by the Massena defenseman. He does get a shot off, but it's wide. Puck whistles around the boards. And Bigelow trying to poke it out, and he gets it out to center ice. Looking to slide it to Cameron. He stays with it. Bigelow upended at the blue line. The puck comes back out to center ice, and it's dumped down the Massena zone. That'll be an icing call against Seton and move the faceoff back inside Seton territory. We're down to 10:48 remaining in the second period on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Massena leads it 4-0.
And the Seton club almost countered with one of their own. Number 11, John Woods, blew by the Raider defenseman and came in on the backhand side and just slid one past the post. It didn't miss by more than a couple inches. That last goal officially Jake Morris, his 14th of this season at the 3:34 mark. Chris Cameron and Jeff Bigelow, as we called it, on the assist.
10:48 left. Second period. Jason Jackson's line out there. against the Duhamel line. Duhamel, Campbell, and Cassidy. Post out there playing the point along with Levac now for Massena. Off the face-off. Puck in behind the net. They jam for it. Sample and Jackson. Jackson now to right in front. And the puck dumped along the boards by Kellison. Now back to the point and is cleared by Seton as they move it down 3-on-2. Here comes Seton in the zone. Knocked away. Tommy Post trying to flip it ahead. Jackson comes back. Kellison to Jackson. He just dumps it to center ice. Here comes McCracken across the blue line. Waits. Feeds Jackson a little bit too far and is picked off by Scotty Campbell. He loses it. McCracken's shot through traffic doesn't get through. Jackson scores! He picked the puck right off the defenseman's stick and beat goaltender John Bernard, and Massena goes up 5-0.
Real sloppy play by the Knights in their own end. In fact, a lot of the wind has gone out of their sails, which I'm surprised. There's a club 5-0, but they look a little demoralized right now. As you mentioned, Jason Jackson, I mean, he outmuscled one of the big guns for the Knights, number 23. He's their captain, Jeff Woods. He just took it right away from him out about 15 feet and just drilled it by John Bernard up high to the stick side, and the Raiders are up 5-0.
So Massena goes ahead 5-0. Jackson... Jason, of course, coming back off an injury, and he's had a little problem getting back into it physically. But today, I think Jason's on the top of his game. We've mentioned that line a couple of times. Here comes Joey Fauché. Can't catch up with it. Poked back to the Massena zone. Tommy Post. Headmans it by Whitcup into Seton territory. Mickey Gibo. Whoa, Whitcup throws a check. The puck kicks loose. Here's Fauché to Whitcup in the slot, trying to slide it through to Tommy. Moore couldn't get it to him. Moore has to go back in the corner after it. Here's Tommy controlling right in front. Whitcup the shot, knocked down by the defenseman Gibo. Puck whistles around the boards, comes to Levac at the point, feeds to Whitcup in the slot. His shot just wide, and the puck goes back off the backboards, and the goalie covers as Bernard saw it coming back out in the slot and pounced on it. And we'll have a face-off, and Massena, boy, they're putting on the pressure now.
They certainly are, and we mentioned Bobby Whitcup. He's already picked up one playing that off wing, and it's really comfortable after you get used to play that off wing, because when you're parked out in front, you've got the whole net. And he one-timed another one. It slid across his wingmate, slid him the puck, and I think Tommy Moore slid it across to him, and he one-timed it from about 15 feet and almost had his second goal. But good pressure by Massena. That goal, Jason Jackson at the 450 mark. We're not sure if it's unassisted or Scotty McCracken might pick up the assist.
McCracken's got to get an assist on that. Here comes Seton. Puck knocked down at the blue line. Cameron drops it back to Labarge. Labarge now lugs it out to center ice. He stops, circles back again, looking for somebody to pass to, gets by a forechecker, flips it ahead for Bigelow. Here comes Jeffrey across the blue line, into the high slot, gets a shot off high. Cameron picks up the rebound, circles behind the net, centering pass just wide, and I think it was kick save made by Bernard. And back around the boards, it comes to Cameron. He tries to keep it and he can't. Here comes Seton. They got an opportunity, but they feed it too far deep. And Jason Labarge is back to pick it up for the Raiders. Here's Labarge moving it out. Headman pass knocked down by the defenseman Woods. Backhanded to the Massena blue line. Jason Labarge there. He loses track of it. It's kept in the zone. And here's a chance right in front for Seton. And the shot is knocked down. It goes into the corner. We're going to have a penalty on Massena as they pick up the puck. And a hooking call. Labarge kind of nonchalanted the puck right at the blue line. And as a result, he had to come back after Seton kept it in. And Labarge will go for hooking. And we'll see the Seton Catholic power play for the first time tonight.
That's right, Jason. As you say, nonchalanted that clearing pass, bounced off the Seton player. And we've seen it happen a couple times this year. And would have created a breakaway, and Jason had to pull him down. He got some help from good back checking by Jake Morris that time. But the Knights on the power play, first time. In fact, I think that's only the second penalty. Yeah, that's the second penalty of the game. One in the first period to the Knights, and this one first one for the Raiders.
We've got Joey Fauché and Scotty McCracken out there to try to kill it off. The 7-11 combination, as we like to call him. John Woods takes the face-off. Puck comes back to the blue line, controlled by Seton as they move it around to the 45 Woods with it. Goes back to the point. Here's the drive, knocked down off Fauché's leg. Here's McCracken looking for Joey. It's knocked down. Joey's going to have to chase it, but it's going to get away into the corner, Seton zone. Here's Fauché with it, jamming for it. Has it knocked away, gets a foot on it, but now it's controlled by Seton once again. And moving back, Scotty Campbell moves it into the Massena zone again. Aaron Barkley after it. Barkley bounces it, hit the official, Zuckerman, and it's controlled by Seton. Massena probably would have cleared that puck. Back to the point it comes. They move it around the horn. Back to the point again. Here's Campbell. Winds up, fakes the shot. They move it around. In behind the net. He got a guy in front. The shot. And save made. Whoa, that hit the goalpost, I believe. And somehow Dougie Cullen kept that one out and sat on it. I thought that was in the net.
As you called it right the first time, Jerry did hit the goalpost, and Dougie was able to pick up and cover the rebound. But a nice 2-on-1 give-and-go overload by the Knights, similar to the way Massena likes to work it, get that overload on one side, and it came right out to the Seton player in the slot, and he slid a nice low one along the ice. I think it had Dougie beaten, and it just caught the inside of the post and bounced right back to him, and he had presence of mind to hold on for a face-off.
5-0 Massena. Seton on the power play. We're about halfway through the hockey game. Morris out there with Bigelow now. Morris to take the face-off against Duhamel. Face-off right side of Cullen. We're still waiting for them to drop the puck. Off the face. Guess who won the face-off? Jake Morris. He flips it around the board. Stepping in front of it there is Duquette. Here's Duquette. Side of the net. Gets a shot off. It's knocked down and out to center ice. In fact, it rolls on end. The knuckleball all the way in on the goaltender. John Bernardi has to make a save and leave it for Scotty Campbell. Campbell now starts back for Seton. Headman pass. Oh, almost stolen by Bigelow. Now racing back the other way. Here comes Matt Junot. Poked away from him. Bounces in the corner. And Barkley trying to come up with it. Has it taken away by Junot. Now Barkley throws a check. The puck kicks free in the corner. That'll take care of the power play as they go back to the point. Here's the drive, and it goes up into the wall as Jake Morris got a stick on it just barely. And Massena kills it off. Not without a good chance by Seton, but the main thing is the Raiders kept them off the scoreboard.
And that probably, I'll take a guess, that went about 35 feet up the wall, and the concrete block wall to our left, the west end. Jake just deflecting it, and 35 to 40 feet up there, Jerry.
7:05 left in the second period. On the Corky scoreboard, Massena 5, Seton no score. Todd Kupal's line is out there now. We're going to see Jason Jackson's line back for Massena. Okay, off the face-off, the puck slides in behind the Massena net. Picked up by Levac. Around the boards for McCracken. McCracken taken out of the play. Jackson comes in to help out. Picks up the loose puck. Here's Jackson circling in front of his own net. That'll give a coach gray hairs. And the puck comes along the puck boards. Kellison flips it into the Seton zone. Jackson trying to forecheck, but it bounces back out to center ice. Here comes Kellison trying to flip it to Labarge, who's on the other side of the red line. Back in the zone. Seton will try to go the other way with Duquette moving it out to center ice. Now he drop pass. It goes to Mickey Gibo. Gibo's going to dump in the Massena zone. Cullen stops it for Labarge. Labarge whips it around the boards for McCracken, and Jackson follows up. And here comes Jason breaking out of the zone. Jackson across the blue line now. Just dumps it in the corner. Back checking to pick it up is Paulette Dumas. Now taken away by Kellison. Bouncing puck in behind. They jam for it. And finally it's picked up by Duquette. He's going to flip it all the way down the ice. That's going to be an icing call. No, it's going to go right on. And Cullen has to make the save. And that's another one that rolled on end. Both teams making a line change here. As the puck bounces to center ice, they jam for it. Here comes McCracken. He's just going to dump it as he wants off. Kellison, though, is still out there. He stays in the corner after it. He drops it. A lot of green shirts around, or white shirts, actually. And the puck comes around the boards and out to center ice. Aaron Barkley now along the boards for Tommy Moore. Moore in the zone for Whitcup. Whitcup just gets knocked down. The puck comes free. It's dumped back out to center ice. Tommy Post at the Massena blue line. Post now backhands. Backs. Starts out left side. Headman Tommy Moore. Moore on the left wing side. In the zone it comes to Fauché. High slide. Here's Joe. He can't get. Yeah, he does get the shot off. It's wide. He was partially tied up. Tommy Post pinches in the corner. And around the boards it comes. In behind the net. It's Jeff Woods now. Headman pass out to center ice. Here comes Seton across the blue line. In the zone it comes. In the corner. And bouncing. Where is it? I don't know what they call. They call a penalty? Must be.
I thought he called it. Oh, I guess so. I didn't see it.
It's going to be on matching minors, I believe, on Whitcup. And let's see who the Seton player is. I can't tell.
Probably a little roughing behind the play. I was keen
I didn't
off
see it.
The Aaron Barkley in the corner, so it was behind the play, as we mentioned.
Juno.
I think number 8 for the Raiders, Freddie Kellison's taking a regular shift out there.
Yes, he is,
on
the second line.
Jason Jackson unit.
Yep, he sure is.
I haven't seen Eddie Davis out there the last several shifts.
So we're going to skate 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. Chad Cassidy. We got Jake Morris out from Massena, and he wins the draw. That's almost like clockwork. Here comes Labarge, or Levac, I should say, ahead to Morris. Jake circles in his own end, comes in front now. Still stick handles by the forecheckers and flips it back. They move it down the line. Here's Cameron. Cameron ahead to Labarge, or Morris rather, in the zone. He flips it to Cameron. And we're going to have a penalty on Seton. Here comes Cameron around the net, looks in front to Morris. Morris shot, save, and the rebound in the corner. And Massena continues to control the puck. A delay penalty on Seton. It comes in front and it's touched. And we'll have a whistle, and the penalty will be called. And that happened. Jake Morris, after he unloaded the puck, he got railed by the Seton player. Cross-check will be the call, and Massena will go on the power play. And that was a little frustration is what it was,
Yep.
David.
That's exactly right.
Let's see who gets the gate. Okay, that's going to be Scott Campbell. So Massena goes on the power play. Is this a 5-on-4, 4-on-3, I believe? Yeah, Jason Jackson's going to move back to play the point, along with Tommy Post. And we've got Cameron and Morris up front. Okay. Getting some last-minute instructions from Coach Stan Moore. I don't know what the problem is here. The whistle blows. And... okay. The official talking to the scorekeeper. Oh, they wanted to check times for when the two penalized players can get out because, they're on the clock, though. They should get out when the time is up. 4:25 left in the second period. On the Corky scoreboard, Massena on top on a score of 5-0, and they control it. Jackson back at the point. Tommy Post, a little problem with it, but he finds the handle. Here's Post now going to Morris at the 45. Jake across. Jackson, score! Tic-tac-toe, and Massena goes up 6-0. Well, I'm running out of highlight tapes. Massena picks up their 6th goal on the power play, and that's 2 for 2 on the power play for Massena. Jackson will get the goal from Morris and Post.
Mark down power play in that 1 for 2.
So another power play goal for the Massena Red Raiders to give them a 6-0 lead with 4:11 left in the second period. So far no let up in the second period for the Raiders.
They announced that one yet? No.
Joey Faucher's line comes out now.
Check and see.
And, of course, that'll nullify the power play. So we're back to 4-on-4. Okay, off the face-off. Puck in the Massena zone. Poked away by Levac. Controlled by Seton, though. Comes in behind. They jam at it. Cullen gets a stick on it. Flips to Levac. Headman at Tommy Moore. Moore breaks it out of there on the left wing side. Flips it ahead. Faucher. And he bounces it in behind the Seton net and follows it. Faucher ridden out of the play. Now he tries to stay with it. Here comes Joey. He's got the puck. Gets knocked down. Trying to slide it back out to center ice. Or out to the blue line. It comes out to center ice, and Levac dumps it right back in the zone. 6-0 Massena on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Raiders playing some good hockey here this afternoon. Here comes Tommy Moore as the 2 penalties are up, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Comes to the Seton line. Bounces back to the Massena line. Moore steps by the check. He starts it. His headman pass is intercepted, and back the other way is Alex Carter. Into the zone now, flipping it, and it's poked away by Jason Jackson. Coming up with it is Tommy Moore. Moore headman for Whitcup. Whitcup's pass goes off a leg and comes to the red line. Back in the zone as Tommy throws the check, Tommy Moore, and it comes back the other way, Whitcup, and he just directs it with 3 minutes left in the second period into the Seton zone. On the Corky scoreboard, Massena almost caught in a line change, but they get back. And here's a shot from center ice, stopped by Cullen off the backboard. Tommy Post with it, has it poked away. They jam at it right in front of the slot, and it still bounces free, and finally Faucher back to pick it up. Massena leads it 6-0. Puck around the boards, kept in at the point there by Gibo, and we have a whistle. What do we got? A penalty or a man in the crease?
Might be man in the crease.
Okay, man in the crease is the call. So with 2:36, the puck will move outside the zone. Now the danger here, Massena leading 6-0, the danger is to get a little sloppy. And that happened right there. So they got to be careful and continue to play the way that has given them the lead, a 6-0 lead on the Corky scoreboard. We're in the second period, 2:36 remaining. Face-off will be outside Massena territory. Jason Jackson out there with Kellison and McCracken. Off the face-off, it comes to Aaron Barkley. Barkley, backhand, doesn't get it out. Bounces up into the stands. This time the face-off will come in the Massena zone. 2:31 remaining in period number 2. 6-0 Massena on the Corky scoreboard. Okay, we've got Duhamel to take the draw against Jason Jackson. Off the draw, the puck comes to McCracken. Turns around, drops it back. Barkley. Stick handles by one, starts it out. Headman goes by Jackson. Racing for it is Kellison. Kellison trying to beat the defenseman. He does. He gets the puck centering pass. Oh, and McCracken couldn't get a stick down. Here's Jackson. Stick handling into the slot. Jackson shot. Score! Jason Jackson, and Massena goes up 7-0. What an effort. That's his hat trick as Jackson picks up the hat trick for the Massena Red Raiders. And that was just a super effort by Jackson. And Jason is really having a heck of a game, as is the rest of the team. And Massena goes up 7-0. You know, I was talking to, who was I talking to in the supermarket the other day? I think it was Mike Hewlett's mom. And we're going to have a change in goalie as Zeke Langto will be coming into the game to play nets for Seton. I was talking with... I believe it was Mike Hewlett's mom, and she said, I hear the weather's going to be bad, and, I'm not sure the fourth line is going to get in, so I'm not going to Plattsburgh. Well, maybe we might see the fourth line before this game is over, at least if it stays the way it is right now for much longer.
No assist yet?
Jackson stays out there. Kellison, off the face-off, drops into his own zone, feeds to Tommy Post. Post to bounce pass, Jackson. Jackson circles around. Feeds it for Kellison. Kellison trying to move it out of the zone. He does. Flips it ahead for Jackson. Here comes Jason with it. He's trying to stay with the puck. He does. Jackson muscles in the zone. Racing after it in the corner. Jackson looks to center it. He gets ridden out of the play. A little pushing and shoving. And back the other way comes Seton. To center ice into the Massena zone. Tommy Post breaks up the play. Trying to flip it ahead for Jackson. Jason having fun out there today. Here comes Jackson. Back out to Kellison. Kellison stays with it, trying to feed it through to Jackson. Poked ahead, and back the other way comes Seton. In the zone is Kupal. His shot knocked down in front by Tommy Post. He flips it ahead for Kellison. It bounces out to center ice. Dumped back in, but Jackson is there to flip it, and that'll be an icing call on Massena, I believe. Yep. As it goes bouncing across the blue line and then the red line, and icing is the call. Massena wanted a line change, the reason for that icing.
That last goal, Jerry, is 6th of the season, and natural hat trick, as you mentioned, Jason Jackson at the 12:48 mark. Freddie Kellison picking up the assist on it.
7-0 Massena on the Corky scoreboard. 1:15 remaining in period number 2. Face-off right side of Dougie Cullen in the Massena zone. Pendleton will draw against Morris. Off the face-off, here's Labarge with it. I don't think Jake's lost a face-off this afternoon. Around the boards it comes to Bigelow. Bigelow's headman doesn't get out of the zone. Kept in at the point. Labarge after it, in the corner. Here's Jason with it, goes to Bigelow, and Jeffrey starts it out. Here's Bigelow's backhand, gets it back from Morris. Here comes Bigelow, across the blue line, stays with it, feeds it to Cameron, to Morris right in front, and they fire it wide. And maybe one pass too many as Bigelow ends up in the net. And with 46 seconds left in the second period, Massena continues to lead 7-0 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Just outstanding work, hustled by Jeff Bigelow. Tenacity. Just this Seton club is completely demoralized here. They're sitting back on their heels. They don't know. They've been blitzkrieged. They're not sure what they've been hit by. And I'm really surprised at this stage of the game it's 7-0 because this is a fine hockey club.
It sure is. You know, Massena though they're playing at the top of their game. There's no doubt about that. The pass work has been outstanding. Off the face-off, here comes Seton. They move it into the Massena zone. They're might have a break here. Here's the shot way wide and whistles all the way out to center ice. Here's Bigelow busting down the right wing, trying to stay with it. And we're going to have what? An offsides, I guess. No, they're going to call a hand pass on Bigelow. I don't know. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait and see. But we're down to 29 seconds remaining in period number 2, and Massena leads 7-0 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Faceoff will be outside the Seton Catholic end. Fauché off the faceoff to Whitcup. Whitcup trying to stick handle through traffic. Has it poked away, jams for it and stays with it in the corner. Here's Whitcup picking up the loose puck, centering pass knocked down, bounces in the circle, and Seton comes back the other way with 15 seconds remaining in the period. Here's Seton across the blue line, and we got what, a penalty? Yep, there's going to be a penalty right at the end of the period. And who is the penalty on? Fauché for interference with 9 seconds remaining in the period. Joey Fauché gets the gate for interference. And for Seton Catholic, we're going to have somebody going off as well. Chad Cassidy will go off, and I'm not sure what his penalty is. Probably roughing or interference as well. So we have 9 seconds remaining in period number 2. The faceoff will be outside the Massena zone, and we'll be skating 4-on-4, plus the goaltenders. And Jake Morris comes out. He'll take the faceoff. And we're still waiting. 9 seconds remaining. Off the draw, the puck comes to the red line. Seton controls. That's the first faceoff. Jake didn't win this afternoon, I believe. 2 seconds, 1 second. And there's the buzzer. So period number 2 ends as the Raiders pick up some more goals and lead 7-0 after 2 periods of play. Our broadcast this afternoon brought to you by the Pub and Pantry Restaurant, located just east of Massena on Route 37, across from the St. Lawrence Center Mall. Also by Paris, Paris Environmental Corporation on the Winthrop Road. Again, we had one of the coaches, one of the fans, a parent, 2 captains, or 3 captains, I should say, and or one of the captains, I should say, and also one of the broadcasters, will not say which one.
And that will change that. The fans, the next time we have it, we'll ask a different fan and a different parent. I think we'll keep constant the broadcasting crew, the coaching, and we say the captains. It could be maybe next time it'll be a goalie. A goalie, possibly, sure.
Might have some interesting answers from a goalie.
Very true, very true.
Okay, it's Joey Fauché who's in the penalty box. And so Seton will go out on the power play to start off the third period. Massena leads it on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard on a 7-0 count. Broadcast brought to you by your friends at the Pub and Pantry Restaurant, located just east of Massena on Route 37, across from the St. Lawrence Center. Stop in for a great meal at the Pub and Pantry Restaurant. Off the face-off, we've got Morris and Bigelow out there as they attempt to kill this off. And it's controlled by Mickey Gibo. Gibo flips it in the Massena zone. Barkley out there with post for the Massena Red Raiders on the blue lines. And Post just kicks it into the corner. Controlled there by Johnny Woods. Woods trying to flip it in behind Juneau. Or that's Woods, I should say. The other Woods, Jeff Woods. And he flips it along the boards. And Bigelow goes in after it. Throws a check. The puck comes free. Back to the point. Here's Chad Cassidy with it. He steps in front. The shot and the save made comes right back to him. He flips it back to the point. Here's a shot knocked down. Back to the point. Another shot. And Cullen makes the save. And it comes free to Bigelow. And he just backhands it out to center ice. So Dougie Cullen, a little work right there. And he made a couple of good saves. Although in Seton Catholic's defense, they kind of fired it right at him. Okay, here comes Johnny Woods. Trying to take it across the blue line. Has to circle back as he's met by McCracken. McCracken and Fauché out there now. And now Morris. No, Morris is still out there. They haven't gotten Jake off the ice yet. So it's McCracken and Morris with 10 seconds left in the power play. And across the blue line and offsides the call. A little bit of a late whistle on that with 6 seconds left in the power play and 13:45 left in the period. Period number 3. Massena continues to lead on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard 7-0. We can pass along the fact that Potsdam remained undefeated, beating OFA. I don't have a score, but we do know that Potsdam won. And also Salmon River, behind a hat trick by Nate Sunday, defeated Canton on a score of 7-3. I don't know what the shots were, but you can imagine Tommy Bassell was a busy boy in that one. Off the face-off, the puck slides back to the Seton line, picked up by Duquette. And that'll take care of the penalty as Fauché steps back out on the ice. So Massena kills that one off. In behind the net, Jason Labarde's throwing a check. The puck kicks free. Fauché gets knocked down, but kicks it ahead anyway. Comes to McCracken. His headman pass intercepted by Mickey Gibo. Gibo and Kellison jamming. Kellison takes it away from him. Poke checked at the last minute. Now Fauché throws a check. Kellison picks up the loose puck. Feeding McCracken. Breaking in the drive is knocked down by the defenseman Duquette. McCracken after it in behind the net. He throws a check. The puck comes free. It comes to Fauché. Back to LeBac. His shot right on. The save made by Langto, who's in there replacing John Bernard, who might be a little shell-shocked. Seton dumps it down the ice, and icing will be called, and the face-off will move back inside Seton territory. 12:58 remaining in period number 3. And on the scoreboard, the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 7-0 Massena. Now let's see, we have got the Chilton line out there. Chilton, Hewlett, and Trevor Brown. Off the face-off. No, that's Whitcup out there, along with Tommy Moore, excuse me. We did have Chilton out there, though. Here comes Seton Catholic into the Massena zone as they dipsy-doodle. Poke checked away by Whitcup. Back down the ice it comes, and racing back for it is John Woods. Woods in behind his own net, trying to move it out of there. He gets it out to center ice. Barkley dumps it back in the zone. And back in the corner it comes. It's just Chilton out there with Moore and Whitcup. Puck comes to the blue line, kept in at the point by Post, and he flips it back into the corner. Chad Sample, his headman pass comes to John Woods. Woods flips it to center ice. Whitcup is there to pick up the loose puck, and he stops at the blue line, leaves it for Chilton. Here comes Chilton, stick handling by one, into the corner, makes the turn. He can't quite handle it, and it comes free. Now Whitcup jamming in the corner along with Juneau. They jam for it, and Seton breaks out of the zone. Here comes Seton Catholic with it now. Down the left side, it's Jeff Woods, and he's going to dump as Seton wants a line change. The puck comes to Aaron Barkley. He looks for Whitcup at center ice. Whitcup trying to drop the pass for Chilton. Chilton throws a check, and Whitcup picks it up. Here's Whitcup now on the backhand into the Seton zone. They break it back the other way. Here comes Scotty Campbell across the blue line. He's got a man breaking right in front of the shot. They fire it wide. And when it's going bad, it goes bad all the way, as they had a great chance. Here comes Jake Morris for Bigelow. He breaks in on the right side. Jeffrey gets by the D, and he's a little too deep. Can't get the shot off. Goalie out of the play. Here comes Bigelow, centering it right in the slot, knocked down by Morris. Jake stays with it. Into the corner, left side of the goalie, in behind the net for Cameron. Bigelow shot, the save made. The puck cleared back down the ice. And it's not going to go far enough for icing as Cullen plays it and leaves it for Todd Manning, who's out there playing the point for Massena. Manning headman. Cameron's pass intercepted. Turning back the other way is Scotty Campbell. Campbell in the corner, ridden into the boards. The puck kicks free. Manning takes a whack at it. He can't control it. It's Campbell in behind, looking to center. Goes off a leg of Bigelow into the corner on the other side. Here's Jeff Woods with it, flipping it behind the net. It goes to Cassidy. Cassidy around the boards. Nobody there but Bigelow. He breaks it out. One-on-one now. Here comes Bigelow in the zone. He's got Cameron trying to flip it. He gets a shot. He scores. Jeff Bigelow. And Massena goes up 8-0. And a beautiful wrist shot by Bigelow. He faked the pass over to Cameron, who was breaking on the left side, and lifted it right over goaltender Zeke Langto's shoulder. And Massena goes up 8-0, and they still haven't let up.
Exactly right, Jerry. You called it just what he did. He used his line mate as a decoy and whipped it right by Zeke Langto for the Raiders' 8th goal of the game.
10:41 remaining in the third period. Joey Fauché's line out there now. And we're going to see the Coupal line. No, wait a minute. Let's take that back. Now we're going to see the kid line. Mike Hewlett comes out there, along with Trevor Brown. Who's going to play the wing? Eddie Davis will play the other wing, as Hewlett will step in there to take the face-off. So Massena coming out with a kid line now, plus Eddie Davis. And Davis steals the puck. Here comes Eddie, back the other way, across the blue line, trying to center it. It's knocked down, but Post keeps it in. Here comes Tommy, face-off circle, the shot, the save, the rebound, they jam in front, and it comes free in the corner. Whipped around the boards by the defenseman, Sample. It does not get out, though. Brown fighting for it, goes to Barkley. Barkley bounces one in the slot, and it's picked up by Davis, gets a backhander, gets it right back again. Here's Davis left side in the face-off circle, has it poke checked away by Jeff Woods. Back to the point. Here's shot by Post, knocked down in front by Sample. He kicks it, not out. Kept in at the point. Massena trying to put some pressure on. Finally, Seton moves it out to center ice. into the Massena zone. Right there is Aaron Barkley to stick handle, looking for the head man, and breaking in on the right side is Mike Hewlett. He's got Davis trailing. Hewlett stick handles, gets the shot off, and where is it? In behind the net. Around the boards it comes. Back comes Seton Catholic the other way. Breaking down is Dumas. He's going to shoot it from center. That goes wide into the corner. Here's Alex Carter. Hard check thrown there by Tommy Post. Now Carter with it, trying to move it right across the slot, but Aaron Barkley is there to backhand it out to center ice. Under 10 minutes left. Massena up 8-0. Ooh, here's a shot from center ice, and Tommy Post let it go by at the last second, and Dougie Cullen had to be quick. Now the puck stolen in front. Seton, they try to move it through. Here's the shot. Cullen makes the save and holds on. And Massena getting a little sloppy in their own end, almost gave one up there, but so far the shutout intact. 8-0 Massena on the Peach Jeweler scoreboard with 9:16 remaining in the third period.
The last goal, the eighth goal for the Raiders, a 4:19 mark, Jerry. Jeff Bigelow unassisted.
Unassisted, huh? Okay, so Jeffrey gets the goal unassisted. Here's McCracken now. McCracken feeding Kellison. Here comes Kellison. Freddie moving it through. McCracken right in front. He directs it just wide and ends up in the net. As Kellison did what he should have done, as he slid it right across the crease with McCracken breaking in, and Scotty got a stick on the puck, but it went wide, and his momentum carried him right into the net, along with goaltender Zeke Langto. And so the faceoff will come inside Seton territory to the right of goaltender Langto. 8-0 Massena with 9:06 remaining in period number 3. Pendleton's line out there against the Fauché line. Fauché with McCracken and Kellison now. We've seen a lot of combinations. Back to Labarge. His drive. Score from the right point. Jason Labarge makes it 9-0.
Great key coming off the draw. The Raiders won the draw. Back to the point, and Jason Labarge just scorched one from the right point, right low along the ice, and Zeke Langto had no chance on it. Inside the right goal post.
Whoa. 9-0.
The wheels have really come off the Seton wagon here.
Actually, they came off at the end of the first period is what happened. Massena really, after about the 5-minute mark of the first period, the Raiders dominated and got ahead 3-0, 4 more in the second, and a couple more here in the third. It's 9-0. And who do we have out now? We've got Chilton and Moore and Whitcup. Okay, here comes Tommy Moore into the off wing, right side. Stops, top of the circle, his shot, and the save made by Zeke Langto. Here comes Chilton, makes a shift in the corner. Chilton in behind the net, looking to center it, has to go back to the point. Jason Labarge dumps it right back. Ooh, took a funny bounce in the corner, and back out to center ice it comes. Just directed down the ice by Seton. That'll be an icing call, and the faceoff will move back the other way with 8:28 remaining in the third period, and Massena on top 9-0. Now, I had a feeling coming in the Raiders might win this game, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
No, neither did I. I don't think anybody in the arena would have figured it was going to. I thought it was going to be a really close hockey game, as we talked about at the top of the show, that the goaltending would spell the difference. But it's just been a total Massena effort. They've just dominated.
Jake Morris's line back out there. Now, you're not going to see any changes on this line. That's for sure. And Jake steals the puck in front, can't get the shot off. It comes to Cameron. Cameron loses it along the boards to Campbell. Headman pass out to center ice. Here's Chad Cassidy. Loses it to Collins at the Massena blue line. Todd Collins now. Headman to Cameron to Bigelow. Bigelow takes it right by the defense, right in front of Morris, and he couldn't get a stick on it. And back the other way comes Seton Catholic. Out to center ice. Cameron, he can't control it. It comes to Cassidy. Cassidy, sharp angle shot, hits the side of the net. And it comes kicking out to Bigelow. Here comes Jeff, building up ahead of steam, has it poke checked away. Turning around is Scotty Campbell. Ahead it goes to Chad Cassidy. Breaks in the shot, he fires it wide. And back to the point it comes. Cameron now pinching in, trying to get it out of there. Kept in by Campbell. It kicks back, and Massena dumps it. Center ice. Halfway through the period, here comes Bigelow. The defenseman falls down. Bigelow busts in on the goalie. Jeffrey shot. Oh, big save. The rebound. Cameron scores. So Chris Cameron puts Massena in double figures after Jeff Bigelow broke in on the goalie all by himself. And Langto made a great save on Bigelow. He got down just in time, but there was nobody there to clear the rebound. And Chris Cameron, who has an incredible touch around the net, didn't waste any time. He comes in and makes it 10-0.
Well, the Seton defenseman got his legs crossed and a little out of step there when Jeff blew by him to initiate the whole play. And typically the way they've been playing the last 2 periods, the goaltender makes the great save, and the rebound lays there for several seconds, and there's no white shirt around to clear the rebound.
Okay, we've got Mike Hewlett's line back out there for Massena. Hewlett, Davis, and Brown. Puck dumped in the Massena zone. Comes around the boards. 10-0 Massena on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. And out to center ice. Back after it there is Mickey Gibo. Gibo, stick handles, goes to Duquette. Duquette back to Gibo at his own blue line. Here comes Gibo, dumping in the Massena zone. Tommy Post is there. Post backs up now, flips to Eddie Davis. Davis goes back to Post. Post in behind the net, whips it around the boards. Davis leaves it, doesn't get it out though, as the puck kept in there. Now Davis sticks it again. And the puck bouncing free back to the point. Here's Gibo. Gibo loses it. It comes to Tommy Post. He doesn't get it out. Puck sits at the blue line. Finally, it's picked up by Davis. Davis trying to hit Mike Hewlett breaking, but it's too far. Back in the Seton zone to the blue line. Brown looking to keep it in. They're going to have a controlling with high stick call, and that'll go against Seton, I believe, and the faceoff will be in the Seton zone with 6:35 remaining in period number 2, or period number 3, I should say, and the Raiders lead it 10-0. WMSA, Massena, New York, the spirit of the North Country, broadcasting live. And that was the official on the 10th goal at 7:32, Chris Cameron from Jeff Bigelow, just as we expected. Off the face-off, Fauché with it. Ahead to McCracken. Scotty breaking, trying to go back to Fauché. It's knocked down, and Seton moves it back the other way. Here comes Colette Dumas. Dumas' shot from center ice bounces into the corner. Kellison drops it. This is an interesting line. Fauché, Kellison, and McCracken. We got 3 little guys who are hard-nosed. Oh, McCracken trailing down by the blue line, but Kellison didn't see him. Trying to get it to Fauché now. Jason Labarge follows and takes it out. He sees McCracken, feeds him the puck. Here's Scott. He's going to fake the shot. Oh, he went to Labarge. Offside's the call. And Jason didn't expect that pass as McCracken faked everybody out, including Jason Labarge, and offside's the result. 5:56 remaining in period number 3. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, the Raiders leading 10-0.
I know that's not a mistake. That is 10-0 Massena.
And for those of you who are just tuning in, yeah, we're surprised. We really are. The Seton Catholic Club's a good team, but Massena is at the top of their game and playing very well here this afternoon. Here's Tommy Post with it. Just pokes it ahead into the zone. Chilton racing after it. He can't come up with it. It comes to Duquette. Oh, Chilton threw a check. Duquette kind of evaded it, and Seton breaks it out to center ice off Johnny Woodstick into the Massena zone. Back there, Aaron Barkley. Barkley around the boards, rubbed out of the play. The puck comes free to Juneau. Juneau moving it, trying to center it. Knocked down, goes back to the point. Here's a drive, and just wide on the deflection. Now the puck goes into the slot again, but Tommy Post is there to break, or that's Bobby Whitcup to break it up. Whitcup gets knocked down. Post has the puck, poking at it, loses it, side of the net. They center it in the slot. It comes all the way back to the point. Here's the drive. The save made comes to Barkley. Barkley lifts it high in the air and out to center ice. So Dougie Cullen has not been busy, but he's made the saves when he's had to so far preserve the shutout with 5 minutes left and a 10-0 Massena lead. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 more here in the third. Aaron Barkley now loses the puck. It comes in the corner and bounces in behind the net. Here's the wraparound attempt, and Cullen stops it and kicks it into the corner. Now Whitcup after it. Whitcup, ridden into the boards, gets back up, stays with it, feeds it ahead for Chilton, knocked off his stick, and back to the Massena line. Now a little pushing and shoving, and there's going to be a penalty as Matt Juneau just railed Bobby Whitcup about 3 times with his stick under his chin, and he'll go probably for cross-checking or roughing.
And a good call by the official. I like to see this, even though the score is 10-0, that he didn't call matching minors on that. There was no question, number 22, that Matt Juneau was the instigator, and he was looking for some problems. He's totally frustrated, and a good call by the official that, as I said, that he didn't send both of them because Bobby Whitcup didn't merit to go. Things go wrong for the... oh, excuse me, Jerry, go ahead.
That's right. So it's going to be a Massena power play. Let's see what we have for the power play here. Interesting. We have Aaron Barkley playing a right wing in the power play. We've got Joey Fauché and Scott McCracken. We've got Jason Jackson and Levac. So a new power play unit for the Massena Red Raiders. Off the face-off, Seton dumps it in the Massena zone. The Raiders are going to win the game, no doubt about that. It hadn't been a doubt for quite a while. The question is, are we going to have a shutout? Massena on the power play. Here comes Levac now, down along the boards. Has to go to McCracken, and Scotty circles back to his own blue line. Here comes McCracken in the zone now. Drop pass goes to Jason Jackson. Jackson to Levac. Levac feeds Fauché. Fauché back to Levac. Here's Levac trying to pick it through to Fauché. He does. Fauché in the corner. Barkley back to the point. Levac, he winds the shot to save the rebound, just wide by Aaron Barkley. Now here's Jackson in the corner, right side of the goalie. Jason stick handling it around some pressure. Jason controls, looking to go to Barkley, who's back at the point now. Here's Barkley. Back to Jackson at the 45, right side of the goalie. Back to Aaron Barkley. Barkley moves it along the blue line to Levac. Levac to Fauché, goes by him, but McCracken is there to pick up the loose puck. McCracken jams along with Jeff Woods, and it comes away with the puck, goes to Fauché. Joey takes it right in front, the shot, the save, and holding on is Langto for the faceoff. And we are down to 3:24 left in the third period. Massena 10, Seton Catholic no score. A real scoring outburst here in this hockey game for the Red Raiders.
The guy that's going to have the most problems after this game will be the Massena statistician, getting all these goals and assists and penalty minutes together. But it's certainly been total domination by the Raiders about halfway through that first period, and what a great performance.
Here's Labarge. His shot whistles wide. Back at the point is Bovair in for the first time. Bovair moves it in the corner. Right in front, Cameron. Jake misfired on it. Comes back to Labarge in the corner. Feeds Bigelow. Back to Labarge. Labarge flips it right in front. It's knocked down. Back to the point. Bovair after it, but he can't keep it in. Comes to the red line with 3 minutes left. Flip back in the zone. Bounces right on, and Langto has to make the save. Cameron picks up the loose puck there. Gets tied up. Puck taken away. It's out to center ice. Labarge is there to pick it up from Massena. Penalty is up. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here comes Bigelow, busting in the zone. Bigelow breaks in front. Morris shot. Score the hat trick for Jake Morris on a beautiful feed from Jeff Bigelow. And Massena goes up 11-0. Ouch. That had to hurt just a little bit. I'll tell you, have we lost you again, David?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me see what I can do here.
That's all right.
How's that? Can I hear you yet? No? Okay. I'm going to have to do a little technical work on that one set of headphones. Maybe it's a good thing that mine didn't go up. You'd be doing play-by-play, David. Okay, Chilton out there to take the face-off with 2:41 remaining. And, the official on the goal. Jake Morris from Jeff Bigelow and Chris Cameron. So Morris picks up his hat trick to go with an assist. He and Jason Jackson both have hat tricks from Massena, and the Raiders lead at 11-0. Here comes Chilton busting across the blue line. He loses the puck, and it's dumped back to the top of the circle, and back the other way comes Seton Catholic. They try to move it out of there. It bounces free, and it's picked up there and dumped into the Massena zone. Back out is Whitcup. Whitcup feeds Moore. Tommy breaks in. 2-on-1 for Massena. Moore to Chilton. Just by him in the corner. Now Chilton trying to drop it for Whitcup. Bobby's pass knocked away. Bounces free, and it's bounced out to center ice. Under 2 minutes to play here. Massena 11. Here's Manning with it. Manning's backhander goes in the zone. Moore trying to chase it down, but it comes to Jeff Woods. Woods feeding it, but doesn't get it out. Here's a shot from the point to save. Rebound, Whitcup. Another big save by John Bernard as Bobby Whitcup with, he's putting his hand on his helmet. He had the open net to shoot at, but he waited too long, and Langto got over there and made the second save as well. 11-0 Massena. The Raiders dominating from start to finish, and quite a surprise. Never expected this to happen here this afternoon. Off the face-off. The puck bouncing around, still in the circle. Brown after it there. He can't control it. It's out to center ice. Here comes Todd Kupal. Kupal just flips in the Massena zone. Barkley takes him out of the play. Puck hits a funny bounce. Tommy Post whacks at it. Now Barkley has it kicked away. The puck sits right in the slot. They jam. Where is it? Side of the net. And bouncing around after it is Mike Hewlett. Hewlett loses it side of the net. Post throws a check, and the puck comes into the corner. 1:08 left in the third period. on the Pete scoreboard. Massena 11, Seton no score. Here comes Eddie Davis trying to flip it ahead for Brown. He can't catch up to it. And back into the Massena zone. Here's a shot from center ice. And again, Dougie Cullen makes the save. Here's Barkley stepping by a check. The puck sits side of the net. They jam for it. Barkley after it. Kicks away from him. But there to pick it up is Mike Hewlett. Hewlett, bounce pass, back to the blue line. Doesn't get it out. Here's a drive from the point. Save made by Cullen. The rebound right in the slot, but it's knocked by Barkley into the corner. Back to the point again. Here's the drive by Sample. Another save by Cullen. And Tommy Post picks up the rebound. Here comes Post leading the attack down the right side across the blue line. Post, drop pass. Here's a shot by Brown. It's blocked. He gets another shot off and the save made by Langto. 18 seconds remaining in the third period. Massena's going to win this hockey game going away as the puck bounces to Tommy Post with 10 seconds left. Post is going to flip it to Jason LaBarge. LaBarge lifting it high in the air, back in the Seton zone. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's going to take care of it right there. And the Massena Red Raiders just dominate the hockey game, defeating the Knights of Seton Catholic on a score of 11-0. That's right, folks. I said 11-0. So the Raiders, just with a super effort, defeat the Knights. Broadcast also brought to you tonight by Paris Environmental Control Corporation and Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, Massena. So again, the Massena Red Raiders coming up with, now let me see if I can remember, 3 goals in the first, 4 in the second, and 4 in the third, defeat Seton Catholic to knock them from the ranks of the unbeaten in Division I on a score of 11-0. Stay tuned for the post-game show.